So a deform on deformer works perfectly well on a single drawing, as you can see here. But once you try adding another drawing like a head and try creating a hierarchy, making it a child and the body a parent, you would want something to work the way you would wish to, but it doesn't really work that directly. So you may assume that probably it needs to go through these deformation chains, and you're right. So let's try and see. So I'll pull out a cable out of this first chain of the envelope deformer to here, and we have this. Okay, but it doesn't look so good. It's quite weird. To fix this, you need something called a kinematic output. So go in your node view, press enter, get kinematic output. So you type it in, there you go. Then slide it between the head and this deformation. You hold alt. When you release, our head is back to normal, but things are not working the way we want them to work. It's confusing. Let's undo that. Now we know this doesn't work. So how about this chain, this group? So let me just pull out a cable and connect it to the head. Try to move around and it's not working. Okay, so it's not working. Let's undo that. Now here's how to fix this. You see this master controller deformation group is what you need. You enter it. You look for this node called the body deformation centerline internal. So with this node, pull out a cable from beneath it and connect it onto the multiport out. Then come out of this group. You'll have this this extension of the center line. Now you just drag this cable and connect it onto the head. So when you move it, it's moving awkwardly still, but when you get a kinematic output and you slide it between those two, it's now looking good. So the deformation is no longer affecting the head, and that's what we want. So this is how you set that up. Let me undo everything and just set it up from up here. So it's now working well. Kinematic output, slide it, and there we have it. So how does it look when it's being used in a complex rig? Well, let me drag this in, have a look. I have this character and she has a neck, and that's where we're going to see this example from. So the neck is a parent of the head, meaning that the head is having its own peg, and so is the neck, but the neck is controlling the head. So if I check what deformation is on the neck, it's our envelope deformer. So let's look for this neck. Come to the node view, press O. There we have it. So we have this neck, and I want to create the master control deformer on the neck and see how it's going to perform. And I want it to control the head as well. But first thing I'm going to do is create some space, because it can get quite messy. So I'm going to click on this neck, and then I click on the deformer in the master controller section. Then I come and create my deformation. And I click done. Hold my transform tool, and when I try to use it, it's, well, of course the deformer is working, but I now need to connect the head. So I look for the head peg, which is somewhere here, and this is the one. So I'm going to drag this these connections up here. There. I'm going to try and put them above this peg, because this peg is going to connect beneath this node of the master controller. So remember, we entered this master controller node, and you can organize a bit if you need to. Then go for this deformation next center line internal, drag out a cable, connect it to the multiport out, come out, then we have this extension here. Then just drag this cable and connect it here. So once you connect it, you realize something weird has happened. If I undo that, you can see. So stuff goes away and weirdly out. So that's why we need the kinematic output. So you're going to click enter and go for your kinematic outputs right here, or you can type it in and connect it beneath the master controller node and the head peg. You hold Alt and connect it there, and everything comes back. Now if I try to move this, you can now see that the head is working perfectly well, and it's obeying the rules of the parent, which is the neck. Okay, great. So this is what we want, and that's how to fix it. So you can do the same for the arms and the body, of course, mostly the body. So let me try and look at our body and see how it's doing. First of all, what deformation is there, and it's the envelope deformer. So it's actually up here, because I can't keep it down here with the drawing node of the head of the body, because it has to take on everything from the torso. So let me enable it. I'll click on this master controller node and click on show. So I have it, but I need to first take this off the neck because it's confusing. Now if I move this around, you can see how it behaves. So it works, and it's the same thing, the same connection. This is the neck. The body center line internal is what I've pulled out to the multi-port out, and that's what I've connected to the upper body or the torso. And yeah, it's working well the way I need it to work. Okay, can drag it all the way up here if I need to. Now just something to keep in mind, there are animators who like this. So let me look for this is a sleeve. Let me look for it. So there are animators who like these kind of nodes, whereby we have a sleeve that has a deformation of the envelope deformer, and it's right here, and also it has of course it's peg that would control it, and then it has a peg that is going to control the whole arm. Okay, so now there are animators who like to have this peg right here, so that they can keep on setting keyframes that are affecting only the deformation without setting keyframes that are taking the whole hand. Personally, I really don't need this node, but it doesn't kill to have it. I can still use it. But for some animators, they really need it. It's good for their visual interpretation during the animation process. So why am I bringing this up? They'll want this node on each and every drawing that has a deformer, like the neck. But now you have to remember that once you create this setup, you lose that peg. For instance, you can no longer use that peg on the neck, because now if I click on the neck and I go up the hierarchy, I would go directly to the neck, holding the whole head. I can no longer set keyframes on the neck alone without going through everything, because this deformation has taken over. So that luxury of animators wanting that peg that only controls the deformer is no longer there, and the best place they need it are the arms. And when you look at the arms here, when I try to put it there, you notice that it's kind of here. It's very useless. It's not doing anything, and even if I take it out, it's not going to do much. Everything remains the same. So you have to keep that in mind, that either you're going to have these double pegs that you don't need, or you just skip and tell the animators, guys, we're not going to have that, because we have this setup that is going to save us a lot of time. So also to just point out a few things, if I look at this arm and I enable this deformation, you'll notice that it's affecting the arm in a very nice way to use during animation. You can do this, though it can get a bit messy if you, so you can foreshorten with ease without having trouble, and you can do the same for the thighs and the legs and everything. So that is how you fix the deformer on deformer problem on a hierarchy in Toon Boom Harmony.